Look, y'all, I'm a very nonviolent person, and I feel like you can settle your differences without resorting to physical confrontation, but sometimes you gotta whoop a nigga ass. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Film Data. We got a movie review today. We're even talking about the brand new movie that just fucking dropped, starring two mofos who've been doing big things in Hollywood for some time. Now they got together on the same movie because they got some differences they need to get settled, and somebody gotta get knocked the fuck out. These motherfuckers are back. They dropped their new shit. This might end up on World Star. RP to Q though, because I mean we still rocking what you brought from the top. Talking about the new movie, Fist Fight. Now, for those who don't know, Fist Fight, like I said, is a comedy movie starring Ice Cube and Charlie Day, who you should know about by now. Ice Cube done every goddamn thing. A hip-hop legend, movie legend at this point. Too many movies to name. And then Charlie Day is another comedian. He's been in Horrible Bosses 1 and 2. He did some like shit. He did like the Lego movie. He does a lot of random movies and shit. But yo, he's been doing his thing lately. And this is the first time that they've came together and done a movie. And it's very intriguing. I was very interested. So now let's see if Fist Fight is a movie where we should have been happy that Ice Cube and Charlie Day got together. Or if it's a movie that got us so pissed off that we need to go find these niggas and fight these niggas for putting out this bullshit. Let's talk about it. So the basic plot of the movie centers around Charlie Day's character, who goes by the name of Andy Campbell, or Mr. Campbell. He's a teacher at the school, and he is one of those teachers who just pretty much gets pushed over, walked over. He doesn't really stand up for himself. He kind of just goes with the rules. He really doesn't go against the grain, and people take advantage of him for that shit. And he goes to school on the last day of school, and he ends up getting into it with another teacher who goes by the name of Strickland, or Mr. Strickland, who's played by Ice Cube, and he is sort of like the hard-nosed, I don't take no bullshit, get your ass to class before I whoop that ass, motherfucker. I will kill you, nigga, and I don't give a fuck what happens with the consequences because I'm Strickland, nigga. That's who he is. And he's pretty much feared throughout the entire school, not just with the students, but also with the teachers, too. Nobody fucks with Strickland. You just let that nigga do what he gotta do, and you shut the fuck up because you ain't trying to get the wrath. You ain't trying to get the wrath for Strickland. You want to live to see another goddamn day. So as the movie plays along, Strickland ends up being at the end of a senior prank, which makes this nigga go ballistic. And basically, in a long story short, he starts attacking these kids with an axe, and shit gets crazy. And the other teacher, Campbell, is there, and he sort of witnesses the whole thing. So they both end up in the principal's office, and it ends up in a situation where the principal has to pretty much fire one of them, whoever's responsible, and they don't want to talk because those snitches get stitches. But apparently at some point, because his job was on the line, Campbell ends up snitching on Strickland, and Strickland don't like that. So at the end of it all, Strickland challenges Campbell to a fist fight after school at 3 o'clock, and now Campbell is shitting his pants because this nigga can't fight. This nigga's scared as hell. He don't know how crazy this motherfucker is. I mean, he's crazy, but there's levels to the crazy that he ain't seen yet, and he's heard about, and now he's gonna have to deal with the wrath of Strickland. You fucked up, Campbell. You shouldn't have snitched. And then after that, the movie just sort of centers around Campbell and him just trying to do everything he can to avoid this fight or just not have it happen, and these different situations he ends up going through throughout the school day before this fight actually takes place. And that's pretty much the whole synopsis of the movie. Now here's the thing. Is the movie fucking good? And I gotta say, y'all, I was really excited about this fucking movie, but it made me really, okay, here's the thing. The movie is entertaining. It really kept my attention for the most part, but it's not funny. It's not super mega funny or as funny as it should be, and that's the biggest fucking drawback of this shit. The movie's approach to the comedy here is they try to cram in so many jokes at one point that it really just comes off just a little bit forced and just not funny. Like the jokes here are supposed to be these quick, just like one-liners, and it's just supposed to be something that makes you just really laugh, or a situational type of comedy, but it doesn't play off well. And I don't know if it's because the jokes are just written bad, or they're just dull, bland jokes, or just what we've heard. Like, it's really just all over the place. And the jokes that you know were supposed to make you be dying on the floor laughing, they don't. They just fall fucking flat. Like when I was in the fucking theater, nobody in that motherfucker was laughing. No, I heard a chuckle at best, and everybody was just sitting there like, okay, when's the comedy coming? But it wasn't coming, and that's the fucking worst part of a comedy movie, is when you don't fucking laugh. And even though the comedy in this movie severely suffers, it is held up by a sort of strong storyline and a very good character development between Campbell and Strickland. You kind of see Campbell starting off, like I said, as this pushover type character, but as the day goes on and the movie goes on, he starts to build up his confidence and ends up turning a new leaf and becoming able to stand up for himself and defend himself in multiple ways. And with Strickland, he comes off as this crazy, just fucking insane dude who really just has no reason of doing what he's doing, but then you kind of find out why he acts the way he fucking acts. So that part of the movie is what really kept me entertained and really intrigued throughout the entire thing with the character development. You also got characters like Tracy Morgan and Jillian Bell in here, and they try to be, you know, sort of that comedy like sort of curve where they come in and try to give you some little one-liners and punchlines here, but even their comedy doesn't fit well, and I think it's all has to do with the writing. I just think the writing did not fit for this type of style and movie. I thought this movie would have been a lot funnier than what it was, especially with the whole approach of it, but it just did not play off well on the comedic side. But I did say the ending of the movie where you do get to see the fucking fist fight, that was a very entertaining segment, even though it was kind of ruined by little quick jokes that they tried to throw here and there. It didn't work. They should have just kept it with the fucking fight. They should have just gave up on the fucking comedy. The shit wasn't funny, like they tried, but goddamn it just did not work out, and that's the biggest thing about this movie that I just cannot fucking get with. And with that, it sort of just leaves you kind of disappointed and let down with this movie. I mean, there's a lot of hype around this shit. I really thought this was gonna be a really funny fucking movie, and the point of it was, it's like I was sitting there, I was like, yo, this movie is not funny, and I don't think it's gonna get funny at any point because they just tried too hard with these jokes and with the comedy, and everybody who tried to be funny, it just did not play off well. And like I said, nobody in that goddamn theater was laughing at all. Not really laughing. I just heard probably, like I said, a chuckle or a smirk or a like a pity laugh at anything. But that's the god damn it, that's what really fucks it up, because it's supposed to be a comedy and it's not. But the story itself is good, and that's probably the only redeeming quality I have to say about this entire movie. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Fist Fight is an overall disappointing comedy movie that still does have a solid story and good character development in it. All I'm saying is that as far as a comedy is concerned, this shit's not fucking funny. The jokes here fall flat. These one-liners or these like bits where they just cram so many little jokes that they can, which makes it kind of awkward to see after a certain point, does not work. The characters on here, Charlie Day and Ice Cube and Tracy Morgan and Jillian Bell and everybody else, they do a good job trying to build some sort of chemistry, but I just don't think it really fits well on screen. I mean, you do have some moments here where you do get a small chuckle, but nothing too crazy. I just don't really feel like you can gravitate towards any of these characters seriously to really be invested in them, except for probably Camel, but not even that much. But the story and character development, like I said, was really good, and that's what pretty much kept the movie riding throughout the entire time. But it's a comedy, and there was no true laughing experience that I got from this movie. So all I gotta say is that for me, Fist Fight is not Granddad approved, but I will give it a just barely Granddad recommended. So this is a movie that I don't necessarily think you should go out to the movie and see. It's not worth the $11.50 popcorn and a drink. I think you should just not even bother with it. Wait till it comes out on Redbox or Netflix or DVD or whatever it is, because I mean, I just don't think it's a movie that really is worth the money, because it's not giving you what you pay for, which is a comedy. Like I said, entire theater, nigga, nobody fucking laughed. It's like we were sitting there watching a goddamn thriller or a fucking drama or a fucking action movie where no fucking comedy was needed. Nah, nigga, we needed to be laughing. Somebody needed to be in there motherfucking dying laughing, and nobody was in there doing it. We all were just sitting there disappointed and semi-confused. But I got nothing more to say. Fist Fight is just barely Granddad recommended. So go check it out if you want, but don't expect to laugh too much. And I mean, these dudes have done way better movies in their time. I mean, it's just not one that really stuck. It just really didn't, goddamn it. But hey, it's done. What are you gonna fucking do? Flip it. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Fist Fight if you've seen it. If you have not seen it, like I said, do not expect much on the comedy side because the jokes just aren't that fucking great. But it does have a decent story behind it and some good character development. So if you care about that shit, I mean, then you might get something out of it. But for the most part, if you're going in there to think you're gonna be laughing your ass off, your ass is gonna be sitting right there just mad at you that you just sitting on it and doing anything goddamn else. Previous videos on the sides was my latest single. Check that out, show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, Woolly Reviews, twice a week, as well as the gaming channel. CDK studies on the way. Hit the notification bell if you are subscribed so you can know when I drop new shit. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddaughter, Fist Fight, nigga, I need to be fighting the motherfuckers who wrote this movie, because nigga, this shit is not what it was supposed to be. I don't know what the fuck happened here, goddamn it. It just fell fucking apart from the start, goddamn it. We throwing hands whoever the fuck you are. I'm out of here.